Well, here we are again. This is all about hiding a Rolex watch in like a clamshell or several clamshells. I saw the advert and this is as far as I've got. It's not very good really, but there's no keyframing involved, which keyframing would probably be easier. This is the sort of node tree I've been playing with. We can get rid of these because they're just things I've been playing with. Couldn't make them work either. It's a big problem, is this animation nodes, but keyframing is such a pain that anything you can make the computer do is a big help. That one I've just moved is invoking a subprogram, and in this case I've always used loops before, but this is a group one. I noticed it was there, and so I thought, oh, I'd try building one with a group, because that's what I really wanted. I wanted 2 or 3 of those clamshell things, or hemispheres, to, we can get rid of this. That's fine. I couldn't get that to work at all. I've missed something out. That's the problem with this. Does it still work? Yeah. I knew that wasn't doing anything. Well, it wasn't doing anything, but the colours on here, by the way, are just matte cap. If you go into the highlighter thing on the right and press the down arrow at the end, it just gives you random colours on stuff. It's just brightens up a video. I don't use it generally. I do use it sometimes if I'm modelling stuff, especially rotating things, because it allows you to, see if you've got normals wrong quickly. This is a sub-program. Everything gets messed about because I keep putting things in that don't work. There we go. It's not as complicated as it looks. If you just press W while you're on the group input for your subprogram, it gives you a group output. And I think it also gives you invoke subprogram. Anyway, I switched this to spiral, which is a Fibonacci spiral, obviously, not a helix. And you'll see in a minute it jumps dramatically. I don't know why I did that. Not to worry anyway, you can always chop bits out of video. I mean, this is actually a screen grab, of course, but difficult to see where they start. I suspect they're not starting at the origin, but that's far too quick. Oh dear, it even makes my eyes go funny. But you have to realise that it's quite easily solved. You can look through frame at a time, or you can do something sensible. I must find there must be a shortcut for collapsing and opening screens, split screens. I don't think this delay time is really necessary. I put it in because I thought it was going to slow things down, but I don't think it does. I think it does something else altogether, which I'm not sure of. This is the problem with these animation nodes. I'm never sure what they're doing. I'll put a math node in. I know what that's going to do. It's multiply and I want to slow this down, so I could leave it at multiply and just put 0.1 in to slow it down by 1/10, but I'll put divide in because my brain works like that, and slow it down by 10. Or 12.84, because that's where I've dragged it to. This is what I love about Blender. You can't do this in Photoshop or any of these programs because they won't let you in. We need more of these now because I've gone into a different thing. This is what happens with me. I find one thing that does look offset, but I can't see why it should be. Very peculiar. Doesn't look as if it's starting at the origin. I'll press number pants. Oh, it is, yeah. It's the there we go. Now the reason this is happening, I should have twigged, but there's so much to think about. The reason it starts off offset, sort of tilted over, is because the computer thinks everything starts at 0, and Blender thinks everything starts at 1, and I forgot all about that bit. I forget about quite a lot of bits. This is a facility called, what is it called now? Step Effector, and it's in Cinema 4D. It's a German program which is available to rent at $100 a month or thereabouts. I notice they've gone to dollars. They're not that, even the Germans aren't that keen on the euro anymore. I love these spirals. We'll just have another look here. You see how it starts there? I should have thought before I did the video and set it starting at 0. But not to worry. They're still pretty patterns. But then it starts recursing, or whatever the word is. Can you see? It's putting out like the same number of instances of that hemisphere, but starting all again with them. I mean, that wouldn't normally bother me. If I just wanted the spiral, I'd just cut that bit out and keep repeating it the old-fashioned way. You see more and more sort of legs of the spiral. I don't know. Yeah, there are. Maybe not. Not sure what it's doing. Bloody amazing thing. Before I finish, I'll just try and get a pretty pattern. Make it a bit bigger. You can type the number in here. You've only got to just click on it. But you see, this is all in real time. You don't have to start all over again. Well, I start all over again dozens of times, but you don't have to. Once I've mastered it, there's not a keyframe in sight here, and it's all one. Well, it says sphere up on the right hand side there, where, but just amazing. You know, the potential of it for speeding the job up. But the trouble is, you've got to be able to sort of be computer literate, and these animation nodes are like visual programming, really. I'm just not very good at any sort of programming. Spent half yesterday cleaning up the computer. Terrifying, going into all these directories and deleting stuff. It's amazing how much you free up. Nearly 50 gigabytes. And it's speeded it up. I reloaded all my drivers. Unbelievable. That's quite nice. But you could put any shape you like in here. You know, cube, anything you model. That little lady, you know, yoga lady, anything. I think that's about it for today. Not got very far this week.